What's up, beautiful people? Wow, has it been a minute? I have been MIA from YouTube, from Instagram, from everything for quite a few months. I think the last time I posted one of these videos was June. So I had said I was going to do quarterly, a day in the life of a voice actor videos, or a day in the life of a vocalist videos. I don't even remember what I called it. See? I was posting them every month, and then things got full swing busy. My busy season for my music clients is always in the fall, late summer, early fall. So things got really crazy, and then won't go into the whole story again, but for those of you who don't know, I got really, really bad esophagitis from reflux. Had to have my esophagus stretched. It was a whole thing. And I've been battling getting my throat. Luckily, my vocal cords are perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with them. But obviously a lot of damage to the throat. Nothing serious, thank God. But the esophagus was really messed up. And I've healed a lot. But for those couple of months from July till now, it was hell because I couldn't stop recording at the time. I already had all my clients for the season ordering every single day, boom, 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 back to back. So, I could have, if I wanted to, stopped everything, but I don't know what I would have done financially in that situation. So I just, kept going and just tried to do as much as I could to rest and relax in between. So that meant I had to shut down everything else that wasn't work, right? Work and health and family, that's it. No extra like going out with friends. Very rarely did I go out and hang because I needed to rest my voice. No social media stuff. No extra anything. So that really sucked. And so I've really just been in grind mode for the last couple of months, the second half of the year. But I wanted to jump back on, and we are restarting fresh this year. Literally, the new year starts tomorrow. I'm recording this on the 31st of 2025. So, Happy New Year, my friends. I will probably post this tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, it's been a hell of a ride. I'm still not fully healed from the esophagitis. I'm still dealing with reflux. It's getting better, but it has its ups and downs. I'll have a couple really good days, and then I'll have a day where it just ramps up. And it's usually if I overeat. So if I'm out, we went to Korean barbecue this past weekend because my dad and my stepmom came over and we wanted them to try it. They've never had it, and it was super fun. It was super worth it. But for a couple days, just my body feels wrecked. And I think Christmas Eve, I had one drink, right? Maybe two. I can't remember, but not more than that. And that plus the overeating this past weekend, plus I had slowed down and cut coffee out a little bit more, and then I kind of had a little extra over the past week, getting back from the holidays, just because I felt like I wanted a little boost. And it's not that I can't do any of these things. It's just like I need to know my limit through each moment in each day and not push past what feels comfortable. It's not about a certain amount. It's not about a perfect number. It doesn't mean I can't have coffee. I can't ever have a glass of wine again in my life. It's just learning how to balance. And I really wanted to make this video for my fellow, not just creative entrepreneurs, really anybody who finds themselves exhausted a lot. You really, I'm not going to tell you what you need to do or what you should do, but you will find a lot of value in creating balance. Some people say balance doesn't exist. I think that's crazy. It exists. You just have to create your own balance. There is no perfect solution for everyone, but if you do not find that balance, you will continue to be exhausted. It's not about how many hours you work, because trust me, I don't work that many hours, but what I do is there's a lot of energy put into it. So it doesn't matter if I work 1 to 3 hours or if I work 4 to 6 hours. I can easily burn out because I just put too much on my plate and I say yes to everything. So I'll tell you in a minute what the wins are for the past 6 months and exciting things, but I just wanted to kind of talk about this for a minute because Man, us creators overwhelm ourselves, and then we burn out and we do what I just did and I had to disappear for a while, and everyone's like, "What happened? You fell off." Well, because I got burnt out and overwhelmed and felt like I was going to pass out if I didn't just like shut down for a while. So it's really important to find that. And we're stepping into our new year. So instead of having the resolutions of, I'm going to lose 15 pounds, and not that that's wrong, but I'm going to start going to the gym every day. I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to make this much money. That's great. But you won't be able to maintain those things or enjoy them, even if you do maintain them, if you don't set yourself up for being in a flow that works for you. Okay? Scheduling is important, strategy is important, but what's more important is the internal work of what is of value to me? What is most important to me? Not what are the timelines I should be focusing on, at what age I need to do this. This person said that they ramped up their business in 1 year, so what's wrong with me? I need to get everything done in 1 year as well. I'm 33 and I don't have kids. What does that mean? Does that mean I need to rush and, figure out how to have kids in the next 3 years, or I'm not going to be able to? Stop, my friends. Calm it down. Focus on what your values are right now. For me, my values for 2026 are growth and flow. I want to grow like I've never grown in my entire life. I want to grow more in this year than I've grown in the past 10 years, right? I want to grow each month more than I did in past years. I want to 12x my income. I don't want to double my income or, grow by 50% each year. I want to 12x my income. That sounds crazy, right? But that is just what my heart says it wants. But along with that is I want to do it with the flow. I want to do it at a pace and a speed that feels good to me. And I want to do it by having fun, by doing projects that bring me joy. And that's something that I think the illness, I know not everybody believes that things are meant to be, or things are put in your life to shift you, but I do. And if you don't believe that, that's okay. You can just see it as circumstance. It just happened, right? But I feel like the illness that I struggled with this year, along with financial struggles toward the beginning of the year, were put in place to show me that I was placing my priority on just what can I do to make money, right? With my craft. How can I grow my business? But not in a sustainable way, not in a joyful way. So the change that I need to make, that I'm making now, is how can I grow my business bigger than ever before in a way that blows my mind, like, holy hell, how did I get here? In a way, though, that brings me joy, projects that I love, not just what makes the most money the fastest, right? Because there's nothing wrong with that. If you don't really have a passion, like singing, art of some sort, real estate, whatever, you just kind of, I don't know, you're really good at talking to people or you're a good salesperson, but you don't have a particular interest. There's nothing wrong with focusing on, I just want to make as much money as I possibly can and have an amazing lifestyle. There's nothing wrong with that, but just make sure that you are honest with yourself about it. You're clear about it. And for me, I was not being honest with myself. I was just saying, well, I'm just going to keep doing anything that makes me money, pile it on, as long as it's in music or voice acting in the realm, I'm happy. But no, I realized over the last couple years as my freelance business grew with music and now with voice acting, I started taking on things that I knew I didn't like, but they made good money, right? Do I want to continue to do that? Do I want to grow my business from that energy and that strategy of, whatever, we just take it because it's money? Or do we want to focus on how can we attract the gigs we want and make all of the money we want to make with the gigs we want? Is it going to be as fast? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Who says that it has to be slow and arduous to build a business based on things that you love, right? It seems harder because the easy route in our mind is just to take whatever we can get, the low-hanging fruit. But at this point, I am deciding to shift my belief to there is a way that I can do things that I love only right? Not just grab whatever I can get, and easily, effortlessly grow my business consistently throughout the year. So anyways, doctor said I'm doing a lot better. There's a lot of improvement, but they want me on the several acid reflux medications for the next 5 months. So I'm continuing to try to prioritize rest because health is very important to me in 2026 more than ever before. You know, I've been working out 5 days a week for as long as I can remember. I've been conscious of what I eat for as long as I remember, but I haven't prioritized my well-being like I know I should, meaning that I've said yes to everything and not rested enough and pushed myself and allowed worry and fear and anxiety to run the show. We ain't doing that anymore. So anyways, moving on to what's happened over the last 6 months in terms of work. Had my cheerleading music season, of course. Hustle, 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 busy, busy, busy. It was a lot of fun. It was also a lot of stress. So I am going to be hiring a part-time virtual assistant for this new year to help me manage making sure that all the orders are getting done and sent. Because there's so many times where I've just been so busy that I've recorded something, edited it, and then thought I sent it because I bounced out the file, but I didn't actually email it to the client. And then a week later, they're like, hey, where's my order? And I'm like, what do you mean? I sent it to you. And I go back and I see that the file was just never sent through email. I just thought I sent it. And so then I put it into the trash bin. And that's not happening this year because I'm going to get some help, because trying to manage all of this by yourself when you're, scaling is a lot. So anyways, trying to think of what interesting things. Ooh, on the music side, I did get a random placement with music. I turned on my Fire TV, and a lot of times with the TV, like Fire TV or Apple TV or whatever, they'll autoplay something when you turn it on. So the autoplay ran, and it was a preview for BET, I think, like of what they currently had going on with BET. And I heard a song. It was like less than 10 seconds of a song, maybe 4 seconds. And I was like, I'm pretty sure that's my voice. And it was. I looked it up, and it was like, oh yeah, I still have the file for that song I did with a producer in Germany a year ago. And so yeah, that was kind of cool. Random, just hearing my voice on Fire TV. What else? Not much on the music side. This year has been focused on voice acting. So kind of just also with the esophagitis, didn't work on music very much this year, aside from what I needed to do with my clients. I let go of working with Songfinch, which was a company that I was doing custom anniversary birthday songs for people. I let that go because when I started doing math, I realized, I failed math in high school. It would have helped if I would have done it correctly. But anyways, I realized I was only getting, and this is not putting them on blast at all. Like, they're a great company. They do a lot for their artists. So I still love them. But when I was doing the numbers, you get $100 per song. That's not including tips. Sometimes people tip you, or there's extras that can add on. But the base price for a song is $100, okay, for the artist. That is writing an entire song, recording an entire song, editing, mixing, submitting, posting the lyrics of an entire song. 2.5 minutes minimum. Okay. Rap, pretty easy. Not a lot of strain on the voice to do the rap stuff. But singing, because I'm not it's not like I'm making a masterpiece every time and being super picky or doing 1,200 harmonies, but even just a basic single take, which I don't do single take. I usually try to do dub takes and everything. That's a lot of work for $100. Okay. When I first started, it was a great deal because to me, that was great money. I was just starting out. It was wonderful, and I had a great time doing it. And again, they're a great company, but when I was doing the math, I'm like, my other stuff, like the cheerleading music, even though it's exhausting at times, I'm making way more than $100 an hour. I'm making at least $150, maybe $200 an hour because of how fast I write and because it's mostly rap stuff, which is not as stressful on my voice. And again, you don't have to worry about being in the key and harmonies and all that. So anyways, it was just not fun for me anymore. It's not just about the money. If I really, really love something and it's just not quite paying as much as something else, like an audiobook, for example, which I'm doing right now, it pays terribly compared to radio and even video games. It's technically $250 an hour, but when you do an audiobook, it is not the hour you're getting paid for, right? It's $250 per finished hour. That means per edited, finished, finalized hour. Okay? To get that finished hour, it can take anywhere from an additional 1 to 3 hours. It depends on how quick you are with editing. I'm pretty fast. So that 11-hour audiobook is not 11 hours of work. It's anywhere between 22 and 30, see, math again, 34, 33, 34, 35. A lot more than 11 hours. So you're actually getting paid more like $75 an hour, okay? Which, again, to anyone who doesn't do artistic things, oh, that's great. I only get paid $20 an hour. Yeah, but you can't record for 8 hours a day. Your voice would literally give out. So you're not able to work 8 hours like you are at a W-2 job. It's not going to happen with voice acting or singing. So it's all perspective. But anyhow, I say that to say that, you know, if something is really, really fun and I just love it for the passion, I'm not worried about the money. That being said, I will be paid what I'm worth. I'm not going to just be like, okay, you know, I'll do it for $20. Like, I'm still going to charge what I believe that I'm worth being paid, because I know I'm delivering value. But anyhow, it was not that fun. And I wasn't getting paid enough. So I let that go because that was part of what was burning me out, trying to do as many songs as I could in a day, in a week, just for $100 each, you know? And I was making good money, but I was so burnt. And then getting into voice acting, I'm like, oh, I can do a commercial or a radio spot for a minute, right? A minute of recording. Obviously, you multiply that by 3 for editing, for doing the audition, for the back and forth email. But still, way less than an hour. Even if you do a live directed session on Zoom, it's usually 30 minutes max. So in less than an hour, I can make $300 for a television commercial, $175 for a radio commercial, right? Way less than an hour's work, way less strain on the voice. So those are the changes I made. In terms of bookings, I booked a lot of really fun stuff. I've done a couple commercials, radio commercials since then. Since the last time I was on here. New York, Monroe Community College, a lot of fun video games, more mobile games. Apparently that's my thing, is mobile games, and I'm here for it. So, I got to do one that came out on Steam. It's called Demonic Mahjong. So for you Mahjong fans out there, all my Asian homies I know, you know. And if you're white, you probably don't know what Mahjong is, and that's okay. But you can play the game on Steam. It's a card game, essentially. But I got to play the voice of White Impermanence, which is on the tutorial menu. So you have to actually do the tutorial to see me as an annoying little girl. Literally, the description is annoying little sister. And I'm like, should I be insulted that you guys said I'm great for that part? Anyways, I got that done. That was fun. As of today, recording this literally today, after not booking for a couple weeks, it's Christmas and all that. And it's my first year in voice acting, so I don't really have long-standing clients that the momentum hasn't built enough yet to keep me going through, holiday slowdowns in terms of auditions. So anyways, I booked a radio spot today that is in Arizona, I think. It was pretty cool. I'm going to do a live session with them on Monday. So we'll be on Zoom, but it's like $400 or $399. I did $399.99 because it's an eye-catching price, and I know it sounds silly, but it really does catch their eye. So $399.99 for a 1-minute commercial that because it's going to be on the radio for 6 months, or I don't remember the exact term, but the cycles are 13 weeks generally for media. So for radio, for TV, for online ads. And yes, you get paid more obviously for actual online ads or TV or radio versus like, oh, I just want you to do a voiceover for my YouTube video. That's called non-broadcast. So you get paid a lot less for that, but it's still great, right? But this is a radio commercial. So I'm going to record that with them live on Monday, January 5th. That should be fun. It's for a casino, Gila Resort in Arizona. So that's fun. And what else? Oh, randomly over the last couple of weeks, I got a random email from somebody, and I thought it was a scam because there's a lot of voice acting scams, and I've been getting emails left and right with these scammers. The English was very broken, so I was like, okay, it's going to be a scammer from another country trying to get at me. Not that all people who don't have good English are scammers. It's not what I'm saying, okay? But when you get 3 in a row that are, you're like, okay, I see the pattern here. Anyways, I got this email and they said that they found me on one of the casting sites. They love my voice. They think it'd be great for this commercial, blah, blah, blah. Do you want to do the audition? I'm like, okay. No red flags popped up. They didn't talk about bank transfers or weird payment terms. So I'm like, all right, let's see. So I did an audition and it was cool because there was the television just dialogue spot. Which was just a few lines. It's this girl, the commercial is this girl singing into a shampoo bottle in the shower, like having her own little concert. It's for a body wash. And there was one where it was just lines. I auditioned for that. And then there was one where it was singing. And I'm like, oh, well, I happen to be a singer. So basically it was just like you're ad-libbing, freestyling, kind of having your own little moment, because you can't like make a song for a commercial unless you want to make a full jingle, and then you got to worry about rights and royalties and all that. So they're like, just freestyle and then just say the tagline at the end, EOS Cashmere Body Wash. So I did, and they loved it, and I was still waiting for the scam part. I'm like, okay, let's see. And they said, can you do a live directed session next week? I'm like, okay. I don't know how they would scam me at this point unless they just take the audio I send them and run and don't pay me. That's possible. But I looked these people up and I found their LinkedIn. I'm like, okay, they're real people at least. Anyhow, it's the wild, wild west in this world. I did the session. It was like this guy who was from Peru and then 2 other ladies. One of them spoke really good English, probably in America. And then the other one, yeah, she was in New York. The other one was also Peruvian, I think. So it was cool, man, to like work with people from all over the world. Almost all of the games I've done have been Korea, China, Germany, or no, it was Ireland. What was the other one? Armenia? It might have been Armenian game company. Ukrainian. No, it was Ukrainian. So crazy. But yeah, I got to hop on and have them in my ear, and they're like just freestyle singing. I just was like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Like being like extra ridiculous because, she's like singing in the shower. I just did a million random variations of ad libs and then said the taglines, and they liked it. And so hopefully that'll be on no, not on radio, on TV in a month or 2. Hopefully I can find a clip of it and I'll work that into this. But that's all I can think of for now. It's been the most difficult, but also the most awesome year of my life. I started a voice acting business from scratch, took a break from music because I just was overwhelmed and not motivated or inspired, and my voice was messed up. I am now, 2026, getting back into it. I started working on my album again. All the writing is done, 12 songs. So now I need to just do all the vocals. I'm going to go at my own pace, record all the vocals, send them to my producer to mix. And this year we will have an album drop, hopefully by summer. Don't quote me on that. But things are looking up, my friends. Just have to find balance continuously so that I don't burn out and overwhelm myself like I always do. I will potentially do these quarterly. If I don't do them quarterly, I will do them semi-annually. But anyways, drop below if you want to some comments about what you're looking forward to in 2026. What fun projects are you working on or do you want to start working on? And I love you guys. Thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye.
I was told that your previous incarnation, the Mahjong god, even even made perfect uniformity. Here comes the first question. Which sets of tiles can claim a chow with 7 characters? Here comes the next question. You have declared ready. Next, all you'll need is to draw a compatible tile to declare a hoop. Quick, which tile do you need to declare a hoop? Whoa, even Sis praised you. That's a super rare achievement. No wonder you're the Mahjong God reborn. Even Mingpo's brew can erase your Mahjong soul. Then, it's time for us to introduce your first helper. Ta-da! The one and only Queena!
It's the climb that makes the journey. We got something worth fighting for. We believe, better yet we know that our victory's in store. Just push a little more. Yeah. So many things I'm chasing, more than just a bag and a crib. All my life I've been waiting to build up a legacy. All my homies and family, never worrying about a thing. That's worth more than gold to me. Fine dining, yeah, that's nice. Never having to check the price. But seeing my brothers and sisters feeling like ballers and winners, it's all that I'm asking for. I don't really care for more. 'Cause when you lead with love, who knows what's in store? I am unstoppable, nothing I can't achieve. And do you know why, baby? 'Cause it ain't about me. I'm here to impact, and I'm still gonna flex. Still gonna pull up in foreigns, keep the finest wines on deck. But it tastes so much better when you share it with friends.